Jung wrote, "The symbol-producing function of our dreams is thus an attempt to bring the original mind of man into advanced or differentiated consciousness, where it has never been subjected to critical self-reflection. For in ages long past, that original mind was the whole of man's personality. Human dreams were once very different. The human mind wasn't split between a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. The human mind was entirely unconscious. It was sentient, but it did not have language. Without language, people had no inner voice, no internal monologue, no ability to cast thoughts in terms of words and concepts. They thought in signs. They thought in archetypes. They thought instinctually." Jung wrote, "As man developed consciousness, so his conscious mind lost contact with some of that primitive psychic energy. And the conscious mind has never known that original mind. The unconscious mind has much vaster energy than the conscious mind. Magic taps into this much greater reservoir of energy. Magic is much closer to the original mind. It's much closer to the archetypes and archetypal power. The bicameral mind was a far more magical and numinous mind than the conscious mind. That's why ancient bicameral humans were much more religious and spiritual than the people of today." Jung wrote, "Yet it seems that what we call the unconscious has preserved primitive characteristics that form part of the original mind. It is to these characteristics that the symbols of dreams constantly refer, as if the unconscious sought to bring back all the old things from which the mind freed itself as it evoked illusions, fantasies, archaic thought forms, fundamental instincts, and so on. For Jung, dreams are a return to our much older psyche. In bicameral terms, modern dreams are bicameralism but without the gods directing us with their voices. What's for sure is that consciousness is radically negated by dreams. It loses its agency and clear thinking and becomes passive and muddled. It can't exert any control and is at the mercy of dream events." Jung wrote, "This is what explains the resistance, even fear, that people often experience in approaching unconscious matters. These relict contents are not merely neutral or indifferent. A relict is a thing which has survived from an earlier period or in a primitive form. On the contrary, they are so highly charged that they are often more than merely uncomfortable. They can cause real fear. The more they are repressed, the more they spread through the whole personality in the form of a neurosis. Humanity has never been able to evolve properly, to overcome the relicts. Conservatives in particular are highly drawn to the past, to archaism and primitivism. They don't want to be more conscious, to have a higher consciousness. That would take them too far from their roots. They want to return to Eden, before humanity disobeyed God and became conscious, which is to say before humans became their own gods. The old gods were the Titans. Humans are the Olympians. We banished the previous generation of gods to make gods of ourselves. But billions of humans still swear their allegiance to the deposed gods. Death, the death of the body, is not the death of the psyche. The psyche is not dependent on the physical limitations of the body. It's not part of the physical world at all, hence is not subject to the problems that afflict the body. The psyche exists beyond time and space." Jung said, "We need more understanding of human nature. The only real danger that exists is man himself. He is the great danger and we are pitifully unaware of it. We know nothing of man. Far too little. His psyche should be studied. Because we are the origin of all coming evil." These are the profoundest words. Humanity generates all of its problems and spurns all of the solutions which its smartest individuals have devised. Humanity doesn't want answers to problems. It seems to love problems and living in the gutters and sewers and all dark and cold places.